Let me know if I should get a bigger hat. I bought this one for Seth and it came too big, and it was cheaper to just get another one than it would be to ship this one back. So it fits if I have my hair up in a bun. But today is in the 80s, nice cool Ramona day. So I've been cleaning out the garden. I have a big black trash bag filled with stuff already. And then I noticed my beans were ready, and I thought, oh, why not film this? So I pulled out the rest of my carrots. Surprise, surprise, there were no big ones. And I'm going to get whatever beans I can off here. I think they're still growing. I've never grown beans before, but I like them fresh. I'm not a big cooked bean fan unless it's split pea soup. I will eat that. I'm just trying to tighten up whatever I can to the trellis. I have a feeling these were bush beans, not pole beans, which I thought they were supposed to climb. And these are not climbing, they're just kind of clumping. So, picking the beans, cleaning out any problematic leaves, and then I'm going to plant pole beans on the other side where the carrots were. So, I believe that is Bluey, demanding tree. I just let them out and gave them carrots, but that is not the tree leaves that they wanted, so that didn't work too long. Does anybody know if I'm supposed to do anything to these beans after I clip them, or can I just freeze them, especially if they're going to be used for dog food ingredients? Do you just clip them, rinse them, freeze them? Do you even need to rinse them? My guess is yes. Will they keep growing? Do they just... I don't see many new blossoms on here. So, well, we did get quite a few. Well, I guess there are blossoms on here. I did get some neem oil because I noticed some whitefly. So tonight, when it cools down, I'll spray a couple areas with neem oil. But, yeah, I think I planted the wrong type of bean. So my buddy Bob gave me some beans that, he's had a lot of luck with planting. I think there's a long lineage on these beans. I don't remember exactly what beans they are. I tried to plant them last year and they did nothing for me, but I have the Oyas this year, and it was in that pot over by the jacuzzi that nothing grows in unless it wants to. Everything I plant in there doesn't do well, but anything that decides to grow there does great. So that's my mind your own business planter. So I'm gonna plant the beans that Bob gave me right there where the carrots were. I'm gonna mess with the soil a little bit, add a few nutrients to it since something just came out of it. And hopefully these are pole beans. I could call them and ask them, but what fun would that be, right? Planting something in an educated way. I think these will continue to produce because I do see more flowers. I'm not picking any little ones. Hoping and they'll get bigger. And then wherever there's like a lanky one, I'm just trying to clip it to this trellis. Jeez. If I don't destroy the leaf. There we go. If I had to replant these, and I think when we set up these beds, we weren't thinking we'd have to have it enclosed. I don't know why, but yeah, I would make it so that I had access to all the sides of the bed. Like I can't go on that side of the bed and pick anything or prune anything. There's just no space, but we make do. I love our little setup. It's just if I had to do it again, I would do this. Well, these are fun to harvest. I mean, it's definitely rewarding. I think that's good. Let's see. Okay. So, yay! I also got this one cucumber. Actually, there's more. I cleaned a lot of this out today. It doesn't even look like I did. Actually, I'd probably do a little more. But I promise you I did. I cleaned tomatoes. I'm trying to thin out stuff. These marigolds, definitely grow those again next year, but boy, do they take off. I won't drop as many seeds. I think the cucumbers, maybe this variety, because last year I did nothing to my cucumbers really. I didn't have oyas. I didn't have shade, and I did not have these problems that I'm having this year. So maybe they love the struggle. And the reason I'm not putting all of this stuff into compost is because I did notice, like I said, maybe some spider mites in certain areas and some whitefly. So you don't really want to compost stuff like that. At least that's what I've been told. If you know different, let me know. I'm one of those people that compost everything. I'm clipping that little guy because it does not look healthy. So I think next year I'll do two things with my cucumbers. Plant a different variety here. maybe not use the Oyas. I don't know. I don't know why they're not doing good this year. Soil is not dry, but it's not, you know, where the seeds are by the Oyas. And those are getting water. So, yeah, I just don't know. Maybe they don't like the hay. This one will go to the chickens. That's ours. There's some new little growth, but we'll see what happens to it. It seems to be like dying off before. Like that'll be a chicken. Chickens will get that one. Oh no. My cucamelons are traveling backwards. Naughty. Oh yeah, I just want to take big chunks out of these bushes. Because now they're bushes, they're not just flowers. I'll cut this back crazy and then next week it'll look like nothing happened. Like this monster. I know I've cut this thing down. Top my basil. We don't want any flowers. Those I am saving. They don't have disease. One of my beds did have something eating it, so I'm not gonna save the cuttings from that one. It's got a bunch of like moth or caterpillar holes in it. These, just trim everything back. Airflow is important, especially when it's like hot and muggy. This ball keeps whacking me. I trimmed these back this morning, get a little bit more airflow through the tomatoes. Another basil top. I'll come back and get that basil. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, Bob's beans. Let's try Bob's beans. I'm not sure about this mulch because I find things like that in our chicken candy. Just hiding. Pincher bugs, roly-polies, you know, all stuff that's not great for what we're trying to do here. Oh, there's another one. Hello. Look at that big old honker. Chickens are excited. Oh, wait for it. Another big carrot. Okay, so I'm gonna plant, you know, I said I was gonna do something to the soil. I'm not. It was a lie. It wasn't really a lie because I intended to at the moment. Woo! well, it was in the 80s. Feels like it just climbed up to the 90s. Ugh. I don't know what that is, but it's gross. Okay, so I'm gonna plant these beans, which look like they have little holes in them. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't think these are viable beans anymore. I'm pretty sure they're not. They look like they have little holes in them. So we'll see what comes of them. I'll keep an eye on them. And if nothing happens in, a week or two, I'll dig one up, see if it's even starting to sprout. And if it's not, then. So I think what happened with my carrots, judging by the grubs that I just found on the top, grubs eat roots. Carrots are a root plant. That's probably not the best bug to find in with your carrots. Yeah. I mean, you definitely want worms in your soil, but not grubs. So, just kind of looking to see what all's in here. And the moisture. Ugh, that was a scary bug. It's gonna get me. Oop. When you're trying to throw them out and they hit the fence that has holes in it. Okay, well, for the most part, the soil is moist, which the Oyas are doing what they should. It's very dry right here. So that lets me know. I'm gonna see the sun coming in right there, right now. But that lets me know, like, when I do hand water in the morning at night, it's just the bare spots that I probably need to focus on there. I'm gonna go grab some bush beans and plant those along here. So hopefully pole beans will go up, bush beans right here. So let me go grab those. I know I had something for the bed to put to help with grubs, but I can't remember what it is. And given how many potato bugs are in here, we'll see if this is even gonna do anything. There are a lot of grubs. One of the downsides of not letting your chickens in. So we'll see how these seeds even do. I need to get something to treat the soil in an organic way. Okay, so I got these bush beans. I'm gonna overplant just because that's my thing. Overplant and underproduce. I don't think we need the carrot sign anymore. Okay. Ew. Whatever that is disgusting. It's like a red little cocoon thing. I'm sure that's what the grubs come out of. It's gross. I would have thought they would have been deeper in the soil though. So, in overplanting, in my mind, I am making a sacrifice to the bugs. Like, here, take this one. Take these two and leave one for me. How about that? It's not really what's happening, but I don't want to put that back on there right now. I really tried to do whatever I could to protect the garden from heat this year, and I tried different types of mulch. Wait, those goats of mine are really being obnoxious. I tried different types of mulch to see, which one would work the best. And I don't like the hay. The wood chips I can control a little better. I'm gonna I have some like 3-4-inch PVC that I'm going to cut up and make rings to go around the seedlings to kind of create a barrier. I haven't done it yet because it's been so hot, but it is on my list of things to do. I forgot where I was planting. Oh well. Ugh. I'm actually going to take that out of here for now. Disrupt this little ecosystem. Y'all are evicted. Okay. Again, I'm trying to stay within a couple inches of the Oya pot in this Ramona heat. It doesn't solve every problem. Like, you still have to water, especially if something's planted here and not here. You know, if you're more than a couple inches off of the, hello? If you're more than a couple inches off the Oya, you still have to water. You still have to make sure the soil stays moist. But it really helps, I think. It provides a baseline, and then you still need like structure from there, but you still need to maintain. So definitely learn that with the potatoes. Oh my God, these crybabies. Get over here. There's a few chickens over there that must think it's just raining grubs. Where is this coming from? Ooh, I found another carrot. Oh, let it be a big one. It is not. I mean, it is for my garden. Okay, well, hopefully I didn't just chase off all the bad stuff into the stuff that's doing well. So I'm going to give this a water and see how it does. I like to use this soaker. I do need to start coming out at night when it's cool and spraying the leaves down. I think that by using a soaker, I'm missing getting a lot of the dirt off of the leaves. And, you know, your dirty leaves, the leaves can't absorb what they need to from the sun, and it's almost as bad as, look at what I found. It's almost as bad as no, oh God, what a bummer. It's almost as bad as the heat, you know, if you're making it so the sun can't get to the leaves and the leaves can't get the nutrients, photosynthesis, then you're not doing it any favors. So I noticed that today. I need to trim these up. Over here, there's a lot of heat damaged or yellowish. But this is my tree I don't do much to, or my plant I don't do much to. So I just kind of want to leave it. She's gorgeous, but she never cuts her hair. She's a 10. Just getting the dead stuff out of here. Better? You feel better? You look better? Here, want some water? All right, let me go turn off the water and we'll hop on to the next thing. What a bummer. wonder what that is. It almost looks like something was eating it, but who knows? Maybe it was bluey. So, I have noticed that some of my watermelon is doing this. I don't know if it's the heat. I like to blame everything on the heat because that's easy, but I really like to know what it is. But as soon as, I think tonight I'm going to give everything a little boost. You see this has what looks like little poops on it. So, I don't see any holes like anything's eating it. Oh, but look at this one. Could just be a spider catching gnats, which I don't mind spiders in my garden. Like, do your thing. What I do mind are things that eat my veggies and fruits. Bobby? Hi, Bobby. Should I cut a watermelon open today or let it go a little longer? I don't know if you can see Bobby under the trailer over here. Bobby! So these watermelons are not supposed to be big watermelons. These are juice box. They're a small variety. I just don't think they're ripe yet. I'm gonna give it another week or so. Hello, Blue Blue. Hello. There's lots of fuzz on this. Lots of growth. But then, this is what's happening. So, I'm wondering if I need to fertilize them. Or are they over-fertilized? It's quite the dance, gardening. But I think in this heat, a little fertilizer at night would be the right thing to do. So I will give them some fish blood, or I use dirty goose water. These are nuts. Ugh. Just being attacked by disco balls in my garden. Seth cannot stand that I show these on all my videos. But it's reality for me. Like, I cannot grow a strawberry. I also think in these, I did not use the right soil. Everyone says don't use regular garden soil. And I use regular garden soil because damn them, I know what I'm doing. But I won't be doing that again. I will be using a peat moss and potting soil, and very delicate for these strawberries. Everyone else just seems to grow like crazy. So those will get taken out. It's almost too hot to keep doing much out here. I don't like to do anything out here when it's hot because I'm afraid it like shocks the plants. So there's a lot of stuff you'll see in my videos on our property that just is undone. Like there's just stuff laying everywhere. It's not how it normally looks, but I feel like, you know how in Alaska there's certain times of year where you just can't go outside? I feel like it's that way right now in Ramona. There's certain times of year you just can't go outside. Like, I am dripping sweat. And it's not even hot. See, this basil, I won't keep because it's got these guys on it, which I sprayed for. So I'm gonna have to spray again. But yeah, they're eating the crap out of this one. So I'm gonna cut it back, and tonight add that to my list of stuff to do. Fertilize and spray. I think it's this monster. This is getting the neem oil for sure. This cute little butterfly? No. That eats my plants. It's a moth. But you can also see, let me get the camera. So I don't know if you can see on here. These leaves are just dirty. And I think that because I use the soaker and I don't spray these down, I think I'm doing a disservice. Like, yes, the soaker is good for watering, but I think they also need a good spray down so that they can get proper photosynthesis. Oh my gosh, I got a blackberry. Oh yeah. Just whatever that was, gone. This was one of these broccolini things. I just kind of chopped to hell this morning. I might have to call it out here. I'm hoping these beans will trellis. We'll see. This is my 3 blueberries that I got. This one did not make it, but I still want the container. And I'll dump the soil. Actually, I can dump it into this one in the corner. Some of my pelleted carrots that aren't doing anything. Give those about another week and then we'll rip them up. See, look. Oh, now you're going after my... Oh, there he is. The little teeniest, tiniest. No. So I will be spraying those down tonight. I really don't like killing things either, but trying to do something for your family, and something that little comes in and destroys it. So, all right, we'll check back in later when it's not hot as hell. Okay, so I figured, I just went out back. It got hot real quick. Like, it was deceivingly nice this morning. And when I was out there with the beans, it jumped up. So when I went out there, it was about 80. When I came in, it was 104. So it was nuts. But I went back out after I cooled off a little bit, and I trimmed up this particular type of basil, sweet basil. And I'm gonna make salt with it today. So usually I have a little jar full of salt, and I give it away as gifts. It has a little shaker on it. But I'm out. I did make one with a bunch of different herbs. I didn't like it as much. I don't know if it was the particular salt that I used. This is like a thick, flaky salt, which like looks great on, you know, people's posts, and it looks delicious, but it just didn't taste amazing. It tasted good, but it didn't taste amazing. The basil salt I made tastes amazing. I'm gonna throw these in there too, because why not? But yeah, so I don't know if I just didn't use enough herbs and I used too much salt, or not enough salt and too many herbs, but didn't have the flavor that the basil salt had. So I am going to take all the leaves and like big parts of the stem off of here. I guess I could leave the stems on too and process those, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna go through this bag and process this. Okay, so these are all the stems. These will go in the compost. I've got quite a few. And as you can see, I don't know how much I use. I just grab a bunch. So next thing I'm going to do is rinse all this real well with a salad spinner. Get the dirt from outside and any little hanger-oners. Probably rinse it a few times with a salad spinner, and then we'll go from there. All right, all spun out. And I like to just kind of pat it dry before I throw it in the food processor. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna leave it on the counter to dry out for a couple days anyway. But I don't know, I feel like I'm doing something by getting some of the moisture off of it. I don't feel like it should be sopping wet when you mix it with the salt. I think a little moisture is good though, because maybe it binds it. I'm not a doctor, I just play it on TV. Okay. Alrighty. So, come with me. Let me fix this. There we go. All right. I'm gonna throw it in the old chop chop. Pretty sure I can get all of it in there. Let me get to the chopper. Okay. Come on, every last leaf. Leave no leaf behind. Alrighty. I need the lid. See if I get it right the first time this time. I normally have to do it a couple times. 3, 4, 5. Oh. We want a pulse. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Get my big old spatula out. This will make your kitchen smell amazing for a couple days while it's out. Oh, there's still a leaf. Let me mix it up and do it again. Make sure we get it all. I like that it's a little damp still because I really do think it'll help stick to the salt. Let's see. Crank it up. We're not making soup, so I'm not going to get too aggressive. I have been using this Maldon salt. I don't know why. I saw it on social media and I fell for it. But if I do this with the basil and it still doesn't have like a bunch of flavor, I won't use this again. So you can see it's kind of a thicker, ignore my disgusting stained hands. It's kind of a thicker salt, so, which is nice on the tomatoes. And then I just put parchment paper down. Last time I did it on foil, but I don't know. If parchment paper works, I'd rather use that than foil. No metals. So we will just kind of scooch it around. Let's see. I know there's a way to take this thing out. I did it once. Okay. And now I did it twice. Can you guys see? My giant spatula. I gave the salt out as gifts too, and everybody loved it. So. I haven't got any feedback on the other salt that had oregano, thyme, sage, all the things. I also haven't asked for it because I don't really like it. Okay, and then I'm gonna chop this into the basil. Look at the big flakes of the salt. And then it turns green. It's bleeding into the salt. It's doing things. Some people said you can bake this to have the process go faster, but that you lose some of the flavor. So I don't want to lose any of the flavor. That was a lot of the feedback on it. I didn't just trust one person, but a lot of people said you lose a lot of the flavor from the basil if you do that. So not me. I'm going to let this sit on the counter for a few days, and every time I walk by, just turn it so that it dries out naturally, au naturel. But it is pretty hot, so kind of like it is in the oven on low setting. Maybe I need more salt with this one. It looks like it's just basil. Let's see. Out of my way. It does look like a lot of basil. Mostly basil? Okay, enough of this. It is not. I think the wooden spoon makes it taste better because it's like blessings from the ancestors. Let me see. Should I add more salt? I think I should add more salt. Do I have more salt? Aha, I do. Go slow, because you can always add more, but you can't add less. I have some garlic that's been curing in a shed. I'm thinking about freeze drying it, trying to make my own garlic powder for recipes. Freeze drying it and then grinding it. What do we think? More salt? There's still like big clumps of basil. I'm thinking more salt. It looks so easy, just basil and salt, but I think you have to get the consistency right. I like it to be that kind of light green color. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. There's light green spots and dark green spots. And I feel like when it's all mixed in, it's the light green because it's mixed with the salt in those areas. It's not just pure basil. If I step back and look at the whole pile, I definitely used more salt the first batch because I had like a big mound of it on this tray, and this is not a big mound of it. So here we go. Go for it. There we go, making a mess again. Okay. But the first batch I did use a different salt, so I think I used a bigger container of it too. I'll have to go back and look. Get in there. Get in there. More cowbell, more salt. I'm pretty sure that I used about that much salt. So, we'll see. Either way, it's gonna taste good. Scooch, 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 scooch. I wish you could smell this. Goldie's here. As you can, she just wanted me to remind you. You heard something that sounded like it was dying in the distance. It's Goldie breathing. She's just old, she's not hurt. She's my grandma spirit in the corner. She's 12 years old. She just keeps on trucking. It's funny because she's not usually the one to start something, but she will finish it. If Louie starts with her, or, you know, I used to have a dog named Honey would start with her. They were all bigger than her, but Frenchie's, she will finish it. Mostly food related. All right, I think that looks much better. So the darker green parts are the wetter parts. Those will turn color over the next couple of days, but we slow play this. Like I said, I could put it in the oven and probably have a batch today, but I don't want to sacrifice any of the flavor, or if there are nutrients in it, I don't want to sacrifice any of that. I'd rather have this on my counter for a couple of days and, you know, turn it and babysit it, love it, and squeeze it and look at it, because I did that and I could see it's right there. This is amazing on tomatoes. Somebody was saying avocado toast would be amazing. So there we go. There's our batch. I will leave a spoon here. I'm going to clean up my mess and figure out what I'm going to get into next today.